create some growth. The last thing we want is for Odon to come in with a building moratorium on it, which they could do. But you want to project that growth, because again, it might be that you could do something for $1 million, but for a little bit more, you could be more prepared for that growth. In our view, from what we've seen, it probably makes a lot of sense to do the treatment plant because it needs to be done, which will give you some more capacity. Might need to do, you can consider some interceptors, because your SSO at West Ray Street, if you plant handle it, if you can get it to the plant, at least that would minimize your problems, and then come up with a program for a long-term solution. And then keep in mind all that long-term work at the collection system. Every gallon you take off there frees up capacity for some future growth. So can't sit here and say we have everything solved, because we've only looked at your information for a short period of time. But I think if we can gather all that information, we can come up with a good solution that would make sense short-term and long-term for the town. And again, we're very experienced in different financing, SRF loans. If you look at the project sheets in there, you see they're all identified. Okra, really any financing that's available. We're very familiar with all those. We can work to help you with those, as well as with the great consultants, and figure out the best approach. And again, I guess the best thing we can offer is our experience, which is documented in there, our resources, and our commitment to.
Is Pioneer Big now that similar to size that we would?
Well, we have to do some projections. You're right now at 240,000 gallon per day plant by design. That is just under a 1 AGD plant for 1 million gallons per day. So I suspect that's bigger than what you would be looking at. Based on your population, you're probably looking at, depending on how you handle it, their water sources, you're probably looking at 400,000 or 500,000 gallon per day plant. It's the largest you would make, but you can also oversize plants and not be able to properly operate them. So likely smaller than that plant. So again, that's how we would approach it. Take a step back in a short period, because I know you don't have a lot of extra time here, but take a look, and then take a separate look and develop a short and long-term solution that would best fit you financially, as well as the community and the growth that you might anticipate.
Really is a lot of extra money floating around out there. Illinois just got a huge grant for a day in a water plant. Collection, a new distribution system, tower, a $4.5 million project for $1 million.
They got $1 million right now.
Yeah. It was a huge project. Yeah. They say it's gone away now. We can't get that. Something we need.
Yeah, there's all kinds of need. This year, for instance, over on the regular grants, very little funding. We're working with a company giving some submitted, but it's very competitive. We've been so successful getting DR2 grants when they're around. Again, you can go through rural development, probably get a combination grant and loan. You have to consider the pros and cons of all that. So it's rural development in particular, though you can get some grant money. Generally, they'll tell you what you qualify for up front, and you might qualify for up to 70% grant. That sounds wonderful, but nobody ever gets 70% grant. And you got to go through the whole process, and you get to the end, and you find out that value rates are going to be twice what they thought. A lot of communities face that. And they require you to finance the improvements for 40 years. A lot of communities don't like that, primarily because the design life is 20 years. So it's going to be like you borrow, if you want to buy a car, finance it for 10 years, and you're going to have 200,000 miles on it in 5 years. It may be a little short-sighted, but they do that to maximize the amount of grant money they get out of different people. So, but there's a lot out there to investigate or to get grant money these days. We've been successful in a lot of communities helping them get grant money, but there's no silver bullet out there, unfortunately, at this point in time.
I I love the honesty as it pertains to that, because it's real easy for us to get really excited about a bunch of money that might be just laying out there for us to pick up. It's not gonna be as easy as that.
It's not, and again, we've worked with all kinds of communities and, using TIF districts and all kinds of mechanisms for funding, but it's tough to come by. We've been successful getting, for instance, if we can investigate, if we find out that you've got combination sewer and you got inlets along a highway, that should be taken off. We've been successful working with NDOT, getting them paid for things like that. So there's a lot of things out there, but, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, we promise you much free money, because we think we're as good as anybody else can get it, but I don't want to feed for false hopes. It's just not how we do business, so.
Any questions? Ask away.
A couple of them, they tie together. In looking at previous jobs that you guys have done, is it kind of a trademark to your company, the beautiful landscaping that goes along with it, the recessed ponds and, tanks into the ground and,
It really varies. Most communities we work with don't have a lot of extra money, but there's certain things you can do that don't cost a lot of money. That, the tanks in the ground is a nice thing, so for a lot of reasons. It's easier, lower maintenance costs in the future. Again, could you save $10,000 now and not put this tank in the ground and have it 8 foot up in the air? Well, you'll regret it over the next 20 years when you're trying to pull those aerators out and trying to do maintenance. Because they're really worth saving the
ergonomics
money.
and safety and everything else?
Safety in cold weather, which in Indiana last winter, we get a lot of cold weather sometimes. You don't have the insulation from the temperature, and all of a sudden, your bugs and that biomass that's in the aeration tank, they really don't react to cold weather very well. They slow down dramatically under treatment. So, a lot of times people cut corners and that aren't worth cutting. So
I'm just really impressed with the examples that you guys showed. We are talking about sewer plants and water treatment plants here, and every one that you've shown, it's beautiful.
a lot of this with maintenance too, and if you give some people, communities, that most of their operators take pride with what they've got. If you give them something easy to maintain, and they'll maintain it, and they'll keep it looking good. The other thing that we do is get operators very involved in the design process, selecting equipment, going and looking at different types of equipment, just because we can design the best plant in the world on paper, but if you don't have to buy into the people and input from the people that ever run it, you're wasting time. We're seeing a lot of failures that way.
A follow-up, you had mentioned it's a 20-year design.
That's typical to design a wastewater plant for 20 years. Because a lot of it involves, your equipment is going to last 20 years roughly.
But it doesn't
Does it evaporate in 20 years? No, all the concrete's there. A lot of the equipment will still, if it's maintained well, still be running good. It just, that's as far, a lot of the time you're projecting growth too. And there's the crystal ball gets really fuzzy when you go out too far, and it's just impossible to judge that much. So 20 years is the accepted industry norm for designing it, but that doesn't mean in 20 years you throw it away.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of capacity. And I know that you haven't had the opportunity to dive real deep into the system yet. And when I heard the 20-year design, I was trying to put a number to capacity. Are you engineering in 20 years worth of growth potentially?
Typically, we try to project for 20 years so that it would be able to maintain your flows. Now, again, it's not a perfect science. Things
Right.
change, the economy impacts that dramatically, and there's a lot of change there. However, that's the goal, is try to identify it as best possible. Worst thing that happens is that growth happens in 10 years, and then you get a lot more users. You have to expand again in 10 years, but you've got a lot, you got that base to spread the rates over, and you're fine. It's a good problem at that point in time.
Well, and it supports your methodology as far as your short and long-term projects, as you had described, starting it, and then if things start blowing up and getting big, maybe we need to look at additional steps as we get to the final solution.
Mhm.
So it supports that methodology.
It makes a lot of sense, and then your typical financing is 20 years too, so.